Hey folks, it's Ben. We're here with our 2008 Chevy Equinox. We're going to be changing the cabin air filter today. Now that's located under the cowl that you see right here. GM almost made this really easy, but they kind of botched it along the way. There's actually 4 of these plastic rivets, which you just lift the center up and it releases the rivet so you can pull it up out of the hole. There's 4. There's 1, 2, there's 1 up here, and then there's 1 behind. And then you can lift it up and you're like, yay, I'm there. But the reality is, no, you're not, because there's also a 10mm bolt that is right over the fender here that actually also bolts it in. So I have it out here. Best way to get that out is actually with a wrench, ratchet with an extension. So once you pull that out, do lots of wiggling, and you'll get this plastic piece right out of it here. Now, in this car, it's right here, it's right up front. So once you get that part, it's pretty easy. But here's a tip for you. Inside the cowl here, feel around a little bit, because in this car, well, the mice had moved in, and there's all sorts of animal hair and seeds and chicken bones and stuff, so that's fairly gross. So here we are with the filter. Super easy to change. You just grab it and wiggle it out. A little left and right, and bam, it's out. This one's been in for probably about 2 years or so, and it's got some water damage on it and fur. Holy crap, does it have fur in it. That is just not stuff you want to breathe in. So we flipped ourselves over to Napa, got ourselves a new one. This one's actually made in Poland, so that's kind of interesting. It's got an arrow pointing the way the flow goes, so generally it's going to go through the car, as you say. So we'll put this in almost the same way it came out. You kind of wiggle it till it falls out. There are actually little tabs on each end that kind of hold it in there. So just a little wiggle and it gets in. If I did this the other way, it'd be easier. But there is fairly a large amount of space compared to the Grand Prix, which you're practically breaking your hands in there. So get it in, wiggle and push it in, and that's that. It's installed. Now I'll go ahead and show you how to put the cowl piece back on, because you kind of have to wrap it a little bit around the hinge that's over here. And this goes over the top. And this rubber joint covers the hinge that's over there. Inevitably something's in the way, and then finally, bam, there we go. So these plastic rivets are easy. You put them in the hole, push them down, and you push the pin in, and that's that. So these are going to be easy to install. And this one fell apart on me, but you just put the center back in. There's a little hole right here. Oops, and I dropped the rivet right to it. But you just drop that in the hole, and then I put the little center top part back in, and that just spreads the legs of the rivet out so it won't come out again. So that one's in. And then finally this pain in the butt bolt. So I have it's a 10mm, got a little extension for it. It's where my paper towel trick would probably work too. Now this 10mm bolt's kind of tricky to get into because it's such a long reach. So what I do is the paper towel trick, which is I take a paper towel, put it over the bolt head, and then I put my socket on there, and it just gives it enough tightness so that it doesn't fall off. And then I can come in here, shoot the hole, and get it started. And then once it's started, you just give it a little bit of light tug. It's not really anything structural with all those little rivets in there. And I want to recant my previous statement. I said there are 4 rivets. There's actually 5. There's another one that's right about here, but it's gone. I've lost it at some point in time, so yours probably will be missing one somewhere. That one I guess deemed was the least important. But anyway, that's how you change the cabin air filter in the 2008. So that'd be about 2006 to 2009 at least Chevy Equinox, probably similar on the newer models as well. If you have any questions, ask them. Comments, leave them. And please subscribe to my channel, Turbo231, for more exciting, awesome, and amazing videos. And I don't know, I'm going to time lapse, but we'll figure out something. Probably these bugs flying in the yard.